I love the TurboSonic. It's a machine that is in my reception room, and it's an adjunct therapy, so there's really no extra time I have to spend with a patient except for the initial introduction. The patient stands on the machine and you push the start button and the patient stands there for 10 minutes.
Administering TurboSonic treatments is one of the easiest things in the world. One of my nurses or receptionists shows the patient how to use the TurboSonic the first time, and after that they come in and they use it on their own. The settings are that easy that they can program them themselves in a few seconds, and they do that each time they come in.
How easy is it for me to administer the treatments? Well, that has to be one of my favorite things about the TurboSonic. If a patient is coming in after their second or third time on the TurboSonic, they will, I put little pieces of headrest paper on the platform so they'll take their shoes off, put the paper down, step up on the platform. They can operate the machine now. They know exactly what level they're at. They operate the whole thing. I can be seeing other patients, taking care of administrative things, whatever. I don't need to do anything with that patient. After their first or second time, they're pros at it, and they know exactly what they need to do, and it takes very little of my time.
And it doesn't take anybody to run it, and patients know that they can get on it and get off it and be in and out in 10 minutes. So it's not something that creates some sort of a traffic jam. But it is a good source of revenue generation. But the thing that I like more about it is that they associate that feeling good and that increased energy with us.
One of the highlights, as a matter of fact, the reason why we brought the TurboSonic into our office, or brought any device, vibrational device, is that there's another doctor in my office who wanted to have a particular vibrational device in the office, but the problem with that one is, one, it's caused a lot of injuries to people's hips and knees, and it's very loud. And so when we started looking, and we saw the TurboSonic and realized it's basically soundless. I mean, it's silent. So it takes up very little room. It's about the size of a scale, I would imagine, if you would compare it. So size-wise, it doesn't take up very much space, and it makes no sound at all. So it's very easy. We have it actually near the front desk, and there's no problem with that at all.
The TurboSonic has a very small footprint. I have it in a small corner of my office that wasn't really being used for anything anyway. And it is so quiet that when you walk by, you can't even tell if it's on unless you actually look at the TurboSonic and see a patient standing on it.
Does the TurboSonic take up too much space or in any way interfere with my practice? Not at all. In fact, it's more of an attraction in my office. It is something that gets a lot of people's attention. It's not an imposing piece of machinery, but it's definitely something that gets people's curiosity when they walk by it. When I think about the income that is generated from that little footprint that it takes up in my office, I wish every square foot of my office produced like the TurboSonic. And as far as a distraction, now I have the TurboSonic in my treating area. I have a room partition that stands on the floor. It's very lightweight. It's not meant for sound deadening, or I don't even know that the TurboSonic is working, and I can be 6-7 feet away adjusting another patient. Someone's on the TurboSonic, it's not distracting in the least.
How the patients have responded to the work that we're doing in general, this has added another dimension. It's all about giving service. It's about giving as much to the patient as possible, so they know that they're getting value when they come to my practice, when they come to my office. And this is just one more phenomenal piece of value that we offer them.
All the patients in my office who have tried the TurboSonic 1 time or 10 times all have great results from using the TurboSonic machine.
My patients absolutely love the TurboSonic. Every time they get off the TurboSonic, they feel better, and they are thrilled with the other results they're seeing, the stronger bones, the weight loss, and so on. They absolutely love it.
How have my patients responded to their TurboSonic treatments? I have patients who are devoted TurboSonic patients. I don't think they will ever stop using the TurboSonic. Um, all the benefits that I've indicated earlier, the toning, the energy, the improved sleep, scar tissue resolution, cellulite going away, other conditions that are resolving because of the TurboSonic, and these patients understand that this is really the only technology around that's going to benefit them this way.
We really try to let everybody try it, and most people, once they get on it, they really, really enjoy it. And some have commented that's a strange feeling, but a nice feeling. Some get very excited about how they feel with it. Some come back and say that they had aches all over in their joints, and just one session on it, they've had a dramatic reduction in that. We had one lady who had a lot of keloids. She keloids very easily, and she got on it, and they went from being very painful to just a mild irritant in just one session on the turbo. So I try to recommend it to everybody because I don't think there's anybody that couldn't benefit from it.
Any other doctor that wanted to provide more value to their patients, wanted to build their practice, would want to have this in their office. I can't imagine what my practice now would be like if I didn't have it, other than I'd have a lot of very disappointed patients if I didn't have it. To be honest, the electricity went out, and I had a lot of frustrated people the other day. So as far as any doctor, if they're dealing with patients in a holistic manner and they want to keep people away from using a lot of drugs and potentially even going to surgery, this is a great preventative piece of equipment as far as preventing injuries. It's a great way to rehabilitate people's joints, muscles, tendons, and ligaments without needing a lot of drugs.
I think just about any medical doctor or chiropractor is missing the boat if they don't consider the TurboSonic. It is such a remarkable device. It has so many diverse benefits over such a wide range that it's really, to me, a no-brainer. The revenue is incredible. I've had the TurboSonic for about 5 months now, and I've almost completely paid for the machine.
Would I recommend the TurboSonic to other healthcare practitioners and other chiropractors? Absolutely. It's a new patient magnet. It increases foot traffic into the office. The benefits to the patient gets them excited. They start talking to their friends and family about it. People who experience it want other people to experience it. And my own personal experience with it as well. I've told patients, even if I didn't have it in my practice, I would have one for my own personal benefit.
Some doctors have asked me, is it hard to sell patients on this? And I say, you don't have to sell anything. All you have to do is put them on it. We offer people, our patients, a meatball. And they say, well, what do you mean a meatball? It's like, well, like when you go into Costco and the lady hands you a toothpick with a meatball, that's a sample. So we give people a sample, and when they get on it, they usually don't want to get off it, and they'll buy it. They'll buy a package, and we've had people buy packages for family members, for friends, for birthday presents, for anniversary presents. It's just a nice thing to do for somebody. So you don't have to sell it. All you have to do is expose people to it, and it sells itself.